Hi, I'm Jeff. I'm a technician here with Oregon Hot Tub, and today we're going to go over the procedures for cleaning your Ozonator. Your Ozonator is a unit that passively sanitizes the water so that you don't have to add as much chlorine. The unit will typically last about 3 to 7 years, provided you're taking good care of it, making sure your filters are clean, making sure that you're replacing your filters and cleaning the injector whenever needed. What we can see right here in the tub is bubbles coming up from the drain. That's a typical sign that you have good bubble flow. If for some reason you don't see any bubbles, but you know you have an ozonator, or the bubbles are diminished, that's a good sign that we need to clean the ozone injector. And so today we'll be going over the procedure to do that. If this doesn't fix your problem, you probably need to call for a service, so just keep that in mind throughout the video. Some of the tools you're going to need a pair of pliers, adjustable, a small eyeglass screwdriver, flathead, and a pair of gloves is a good idea because you are going to be dealing with some nitric acid residue, and so we don't want you to get potentially any of that on your face or your hands and potentially burn yourself. So with that said, let's go ahead and proceed into the equipment area. It's you've got all your ozone equipment in there. The unit itself is usually mounted up on the wall. It's sometimes a little bit bigger than this, but there's several different lines of them, so you should, it'll say on it though that it's an ozonator. So the first thing you want to do is locate your injector. It's typically black, however there are a couple areas where they're white. And so it's usually tucked behind here, so you want to take care, keeping in mind all these bleed lines here. You don't want to accidentally bump them and break them. So the first thing you'll see is you'll see a check valve, and it's going to be connected to most likely a yellowed line. You'll want to disconnect this line and see if you have no bubbles, if the bubbles return. If it does, then there's something upstream of this that's causing the problem, and you will want to contact service for that. If you have no bubbles, at this point you will disconnect the check valve and see if the bubbles return. If they do, your check valve is your problem. You can call for a part and we can get that sent out to you. If not, you then want to proceed down to the injector itself. Now, if you have diminished bubbles, this little trick will work. You take a cup of white vinegar, and you take the line that is there, that is now without the check valve, and you just dip it in the cup of white vinegar. It will start to suck the white vinegar in, and that white vinegar will react with the residue that's in the injector, and it will dissolve it, and your bubbles will return just as good, if not double that better. If at that point if you don't have any bubbles, then what you have to do is you have to go down to the actual, there's a bleeder valve that's kind of hard to see behind here, but you actually have to grab it with the pliers and loosen it, and then you can hand take it off. That'll come off. And you take your eyeglass screwdriver, you stick it in there and you just wiggle it around a little. And it'll kind of make a gurgling, hissing noise, and then all of a sudden you get a little bit of bubbles, and that means that you can go ahead and proceed forward with doing the vinegar trick. Just hold your cup, put the hose in, and it'll start to suck it up. Bubbles will go away for a little bit, and then as soon as you take it out, it starts to suck air again. You'll get your bubbles back, and then you can start putting back together your ozonator. Check valve on, there's going to be an arrow on your check valve. You want to make sure it's pointing down towards the injector, and then you reassemble it. Bubble should still be constant. If it doesn't, or anything stops, or you're just feeling like it's too much, it's out of your knowledge base, please feel free to give us a call, because we'd gladly like to come out and make sure that you have a good working ozonator. With that, good luck, and if you have any questions, please call us at Oregon Hot Tub. Thanks.